Hey there, grade 6. New video for you guys today. This one is G6-19, and it is called Translations and Reflections on a Coordinate Grid. And so this is a lot of stuff that we've been looking at the past few days. We should know how to do translations. We should know how to reflect things. And yesterday we learned a little bit about what a coordinate grid was. And so we're going to kind of put that stuff together so that by the end of this we can confidently say we have achieved that learning target of that I can perform and describe translations and reflections of points and polygons in the first quadrant of a coordinate grid. Remember, yesterday I talked a little bit about how we're only going to be talking about the first quadrant. There are actually 4. We'll just focus on the first one. Okay, so here's where we're going to start. There are 3 points on this page, and I am going to first of all adjust. Oh, there we go, nice and thin. I'm going to record them. So this one is at 4.5. Does not seem that thin. So this one's at 4.5. This one is at 0.6. And the last one is at 1.7. And then I need to make sure I close the bracket. Okay, because the first number, like I said yesterday, the first number tells how far along the horizontal line it is. The second number tells you how far up along the vertical line or the y-axis. And so what we're going to get a chance to do is translate these images 3 units to the right. Okay, so let's take this one and we go 1, 2, 3. And so this is our new point, and we're now at 7.5. And then this one we go 1, 2, 3. So we're now right here. And so we are at 3.6. Oops, I should write that over here. 3.6. And then this one is going to go 1, 2, 3 and end up over here. And so I'm now at 4.7. Now, what I want us to notice here is that as we move along the x-axis, or as we translate to the right, notice that the first number increases, the number that we translated. Now that's because we're moving to the right. Okay, if these numbers had gone to the left, or if these dots had been moved to the left, then my x value would have decreased. So for example, if this is my original, if I'm at 7.5 and I want to translate to the left 3 spots, go 1, 2, 3, then I end up at 5. That was like 4.9. Sorry, let me just fix that up. I'm over at 4.5. Make sure I have a nice thin line. That's better. I'm at 4.5, and so if I go to the right, x will increase. If I move to the left, the x number, the first number of the ordered pair, will decrease. Okay. So we're going to move on to the next one. And so now I'm going to, let's see, plot out 4.5. I'll just change the color up again. So 4.5 is right here, right? And so this is my original. So if I'm at 4.5, and up here it says I want to go 3 units to the right, we can actually just try and predict. If I'm just going to the right, then my x number is going to increase. And so I'm going to end up at 7.5. If I go 3 units left, okay, then my x number is going to decrease by 3. And so I'll end up at 1.5. Now, this one we haven't covered yet, but if we're going up, only up, then what's going to happen is that my first number is not going to change, but my second number will. And so if I go 3 units up, then my number will increase, okay? So if I go up, then this represents an increase. If I go down, then the number will decrease. So if I go 3 units up, I'm going to increase by 3, so my new number is 8. If I go 3 units down, then my original number is going to decrease by 3, so I'll end up at 2. Okay, so that was my original point. 3 units to the right brings me right here. 3 units to the left brings me over here. 3 units up brings me here, and then 3 units down brings me here. Okay, so what you can do for a quick sec, let's see what the next slide says. What you can do for a sec, nope, let's do this one yet. We can combine translations in different directions, is what we want to talk about here. So here's a grid. If I have, let's see, I'll try and make this as straight as I can. Pardon the not straight line, but you get the idea. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I better go look for 7, 8. And I'll go up maybe up to 9. That should be enough. And if this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I guess that will be 7. That's about as high as I can go. Okay, so if I have 5, 5, which would be right here, I'll change my color for a second, and I go 3 units right and 4 units down. Okay, so that means first unit's going right, so that means that this is going to increase by 3, so that should bring me to 8, right? And I can count that out. So I got 1, 2, 3, so that brings me over to 8. And I go 4 units down, which means that this is going to decrease by 4, so that should go to 1. So I can test that one out. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is my new point right here. And I've done 2 different translations. I've moved to the right and to the left. Okay, and those are all, you can combine those in any sort of option you would like. Okay. Now, little exercise, a little bit of practice. We can draw a coordinate grid and plot those points 4, 5, 3, 6, 5, 6, and 6, 5. And you can think about how the coordinates change in each translation. So if I go 2 units right and 1 up, well, first of all, how about we look at this coordinate grid and plot our points? Let's start with 4, 5, and 3, 6. So 4, 5 is right here. 3, 6 is right here. And then I had 2 other ones, 5, 6, and 6, 5. So here's 5, 6, and 6, 5. So these are my points. Now the instructions here say if I go 2 units right and 1 unit up. So I'll change my color. So 1, 2, and 1 unit up. 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 So these are my translated units. So I end up at, so that one that was at 3, 6 ends up at 5, 7. The one that was at 4, 5 ends up over here at 6, 6. The one that was at 5, 6 ends up at 7, 7. And the one that was at 6, 5 ends up at 8, 6. And what I can do is just say, well, okay, so 2 units right, 1 unit up. So they're both going to increase. So increase by 2, increase by 1. So we should get up one at 6, 6. Increase by 2, increase by 1. Increase by 2, increase by 1. Increase by 2, increase by 1. And those should be all of our ordered pairs. Okay. Now if I go 3 units left and 2 units down, I can change my color again. Actually, I can erase these for a quick sec. So now we have left and down, which means, get a thinner line again. So 3 units left, which means decrease. So that goes to a 0. 2 units down also means decrease. Okay, 3 units left means decrease. 2 units down means decrease. 3 units left, decrease. 2 units down, decrease. And over here, 3 units left, decrease. 2 units down, decrease. And that would be where my stuff ends up. And again, you can slide the points around on a coordinate grid. That's what I did over here. Don't have to, okay? Now, but what I'd like you to do is at this point you can pause it and you can do all the questions on page 65 if you would like, and then pick it up again after. But what we're going to do is when you hit unpause, we're going to pick up at reflecting, right? And so this is kind of neat because we'll see kind of what happens, okay? So we're going to reflect these points along this. This is our mirror line. And so basically each point is going to be the same number. So if this point at 0, 6 is 1, 2, 3, 4 points away, then I count 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's where my new point goes. Okay, this one's 1 unit away, so this new point is going to go here. This one is 1, 2, 3, and so now I have 1, 2, 3. And if I wanted, I could actually. I'm going to use the line tool. Could join these up to make a shape. And this is going to be a triangle. And my new image, just change color for a quick sec. This is going to be my reflected image over here. And we can plot out, and again, I got to change my line thickness. It always goes to that one. Anyway, so this one, this new point, the image, if my first one here was at 3, 5, this one is now at 5, 5. This one is now at 8, 6. And this one is now at 7, 2. Notice that a reflection in a vertical line means that only the x value is going to change. The horizontal value, the first number in the ordered pair, that's what's going to change. Okay. Now, this one is going to be a little bit. It's going to be a little bit weird because what I have here is I have an image that's going to go across. Right. So part of it's going to be on one side, and part of it's going to be on the other. Now, don't let that worry you. Here's what's going to happen. Stick with that. Okay, so this one is at 3, 5. It still is going to end up over here. It's still got to get reflected to the other side of the line, and so it's now at 1, 5. This one is going to go 2 units over here. And so the one that was at 0, 6 is now going to be at 4, 6. Again, second number doesn't change, only the first one does. And this one's going to go over to this side. And so it's now at 3, 2. There we go. And so hopefully what we notice, change this color again. Hopefully what we notice is that because we're reflecting in a vertical line, only the first number changes, okay? And that's going to be, there's going to be some practice in the workbook that looks very similar to this, okay? So I'll do one here. This is in the x-axis. So this is going to be a horizontal reflection. And notice that there's dots on both sides again. And I'm going to just use a different color, make sure it's nice and thin again. Okay, so this one is 1, 2, 3 units, so it's going to just actually be at the origin right here. And so the one that was at 0, 6 is now at 0, 0. That's supposed to be a 0. There we go. The one that's at 3, 5 is going to have to cross over here, and so it's going to be at 3, 1. And the one that was at 1, 2 is now going to be at 1, 4. And so what I want us to notice is that when there is a reflection in a horizontal line, no, I need this tool is what I need. So as I was saying, when there is a reflection in the horizontal line, right, then the first number stays the same. The second number is what gets changed. Okay, so that's only if there is a reflection in the horizontal line. There's one more slide that looks very similar, but I'm almost out of time. So at this point, you can practice your reflections and translations in a coordinate grid, page 65 and 66. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.